First things first, I said something on TV afterwards. I said I'm just here because I don't want to be fined. That was a joke, right? Just so everybody knows, I was interpreting I wouldn't be out on the field still, currently right now, if it wasn't for that 1 second. But obviously I was also intense, so probably people didn't understand it was my sarcasm right there. Probably a little too much sarcasm after the game. I just want to make sure people know that wasn't like a bash or anybody. It was a sarcastic joke based off of having to still be on the field currently.
What did you make though about, like, what did the refs say to you, and what did you make about the way that happened?
I mean, they said they were reviewing the time on the clock. Yeah, I mean, we got the W. We should focus on the players. That was one of the, I mean, I can't even describe it. To be honest, it's not the guys on the field's fault. So in that situation, it goes to a replay room that's outside of them. So I kind of feel bad for those refs. I thought those refs did an awesome job all game. I really did. Managing the game, communicating, they were phenomenal. And they're the ones on the field, and then it goes up to the replay booth, and then they have to be the ones that deliver the news. Not fun for them, obviously, but they did a good job all game. I'll have to find out how that happened, just for further situations, because I thought for sure we could take 2 seconds and take a delayed knee, but if that's how it's going to work, then we got to start just throwing those away, which is also fine.
Kenny Shamari just talked about how this team last year and this team this year, now with the same number of wins, is very, very different. It's night and day, as he said. Do you necessarily agree with that, and do you feel like this team is more connected 3 games in through non-conference play than you had in your first year?
Oh, there's no question about that. The relationships on this team are stronger significantly. The want-to on this team is stronger. I think the work that was put in, I think these guys put in a lot of work. So I say there's a difference between confidence and cockiness, right? If you're cocky, it means you just think you're going to win. If you're confident, you put the work in, you're prepared that whatever happens, you're going to be confident. And we want to be a confident football team. I thought today we played confident when the game mattered the most, right? Number 4, who didn't get loose all game, got loose. When the game mattered the most, Alford intercepted the ball. When the game mattered the most, the best players in our football team made plays, and that's a sign of good football.
You talked about adversity and what's your team going to do when you get smacked in the mouth. The first 2 games, not a lot of adversity, but this game was a battle from the outset. So you probably got everything, seen what you wanted to see.
That was awesome. I mean, it really was. Like for us, like I said, I mean, it's not good for my health, but it's very, very good for our football team to win that game. To be in a game like that, come out on top, and make the play when it mattered. I think it just gives confidence in those moments for our guys, and I think it's a good building block for us. And now our guys get a little bit of downtime for a couple days. You know, it's been a battle. Last, what is that, 5 + 7? It's been a battle of the last 12 days, right? And our guys are tired. Our guys are beat up, right? We got to go get rested for 2 days, take care of our bodies, and we don't have a real practice again until Tuesday. So we got to do a really good job taking care of our bodies till a normal Tuesday here. Couldn't be proud of our guys.
How about Levitt's performance? Obviously, you're down 2 touchdowns on the road, his first career road start. What does that tell you about him?
Yeah, exactly what I thought. I mean, he's a competitor, right? So he's an absolute competitor. Like when he's back there, I have the utmost confidence because he's smart, he cares, he competes, and I mean, he's passionate. I mean, he got, destroyed on a run. And like, it was like it never happened. He just popped up like he plays strong safety, right? That's the mentality of how he plays the game though, right? And his brother played safety in the NFL, right? And he plays the game like that at quarterback. And I think when you have a quarterback that plays like that, I think guys rally behind it. Like when they see him get hit like that and then gets back up and he's like, I'm good. I think that's just like when Scat has a big run and runs somebody over. That energizes people. That's like, all right, I can ride with this guy.
What do you attribute the difference in how defensively it went in the first half versus the second half?
Yeah, we made an adjustment. You know, they were running a lot of GT counter in the first half, and we had a good plan for it, and we had a plan for it in the first drive. They came back with a counter, and they started running a dart scheme where they would block our backside in and fold. And we still have a free backer there to make the play, but he was lagging behind, so we had to kind of change and go through that, change our scheme a little bit. And then it's a short week, so we had a few busts that we normally don't have, that we haven't had in prior weeks. So like we played cover 2 when it was quarters into the boundary. They run a beater route, and the will linebacker doesn't wall on the touchdown. I believe it was the 3rd touchdown in the first half. So we had a few busts that are uncharacteristic, and then they had a good plan. You know, they had a few good screen calls. They converted a 4th and 2 early. They converted 2 3rd and longs early. And that was the difference in the first half versus second half.
Coach, you and Coach Kinney are two of the youngest coaches in the country. Playing here tonight and the matchup between the two of you, what did you see in the game that sort of you think bodes well for both of you, I guess, going forward?
Well, I think he's a phenomenal football coach. I mean, you know, I think this is the best Texas State team potentially that's ever played here. I mean, I think in 2 years he's put together arguably the best team in the history of the program, or at least the top 2 to 3 team in the history of the program. And not only that, I think he has really good coordinators. You know, they're aggressive and they attack. And then those guys play hard for him. And I think that's a really good combination when you're a head coach and you have good scheme, and then your guys play really, really hard. And then you obviously have a personality where you're attracting good players, you know, because you're a younger dude. I mean, he's like swaggy. I'm not swaggy. He's like the young dude who's got drip, right? So I don't have the drip he has. He's got the cool hats. I mean, he's a friend of mine. So the future for him is really, really bright. And I have a feeling this isn't going to be the first time I play him. So, you know, the next time we play him is going to be another battle.
So obviously with the importance that the program's put on the state of Texas, what would it mean to just come in here, get a win like this over a quality program?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, we recruit Texas, we recruit California, Texas is definitely a footprint for us because we play games here. If you noticed, our 4 captains, our leadership council, who they voted for the 4 Texas leaders on our leadership council to be a captain. Right, and I think that's the part that's pretty cool is when you get to go back home to play in your home state. And I actually don't go home, I stay here, and I hit the ground running. I'll be at high school at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and our staff will as well. And then I'll be 2 flights, and then get to El Paso and rock and roll from there.
How big is it for this team? Obviously, you mentioned how important it is to win in Texas. Obviously, you have another Texas game in 9 days. To have this kind of rest before conference play, you obviously noticed it on your schedule from the beginning. How important is it for this team to have now back-to-back wins in that close stretch and now have this break off, technically, before the conference play?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, when I was asked originally, do I want to play on a Thursday game, you know, that was what I was viewing it as. I said, you know what, Thursday games are tough, especially on the road, but if we can find a way to scrap it out, you know, we're going to get, you know, an extra 2 days of rest before our first Big 12 game. We're going to play a Big 12 game, then we're going to get a bye week. So our guys should have a lot of rest in terms of playing football and getting their body back. So that was the thought behind it, knowing this game was going to be a big challenge. To be honest, I didn't quite think Texas State was going to be that good. I was hoping that they wouldn't have been able to respond from last year and come back with a team that I think is better than last year. But they did, and kudos to that staff because that was a really good football team to play.
Shimon had was a consistent factor. Cameron had a big catch. Can you just speak to how the tight ends played and then what they played?
Yeah, it was great balance. You know, attack in the middle of the field. You know, we talked about it all week that we were going to have to throw the seams well. You know, I think it was funny. Coach Royal comes in on Sunday night. He goes, "Well, we better throw seams well, boys." And to see seams get thrown in the game is pretty cool to have a guy that you know is in your corner, a coordinator who knows really early in a week where he's going to have to attack, and that's just natural to him. Then our guys go and apply it. You know, on the one to Marquiston, the seam to him too was right there. A little high, and but other than that, tight ends played great.
Everybody good?